Smoky Chicks online. I invite you to join me today as we cut up the one-sheet wonder that we made in part 1 of this series on how to make your own pattern paper. And then we will make cards out of the pieces that we've cut. Enjoy! Joining me today. We will be cutting up the 12 by 12 one-sheet wonder that we made in part 1 of this series. We're going to be auditioning some clear mylar overlays, cutting guides, and I will show you a variety of those to see which one we like the best. Then we're going to cut the sheet up using our paper trimmer and add the pieces to cardstock. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy. We will start by trying different cutting guides over the top of our stamped one-sheet wonder to see if we like the cards that we could make following these diagrams. You can use it that way, or you can use it this way. And I've got a link down in the description box that will help you discover where I found the instructions for how to make these. Here's another one. These were all on France Martin's video that you'll see below. You can see here we could make a variety of different cards. We would just mat these pieces after we cut them up. You could put them in either the vertical or the horizontal orientation. And I even have this one that I designed for us to use when we were making slimline cards. You would cut this into strips like this or like this, and then cut them to the length that you need to make your slimline card. Alright, here's the last one that I created, the last template. And this one will make 6 cards, and we'll use this piece and this piece. We'll cut them in half lengthwise to create designs for the insides of our cards. And I think this looks great. I think we will use this template, and we'll do it this way. So when I'm looking at this now, I know that this is 4, each one of these sections is 4 by 5 1/4. This will make 6 cards. So that's how I'm going to cut my design. I will get my paper trimmer here, and I'll put it in, and I will cut it at 5 1/4. Set that aside, and now I'll turn it around and cut the other edge at 5 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece right now because I know I need 3 sections that are 4 inches each. Here's the second one. That leaves us with just a little bit of excess that we're not going to use in this project. Now this one I'm going to cut in half at 3/4. To create pieces that I will put on the inside of the card. And you'll see this works just great. The paper trimmer does a very good job. My tip for you is to put your hand here to hold this down as you cut. And that way this small piece will not shift while you are cutting. The other 2 pieces we have here are going to be cut at 4 inches. Here's one, and here's the second one. You can already see that these are going to be making beautiful cards. And our last piece again gets cut at 3 sections of 4 inches each. There's one, here's two. I really like this one because it has these pretty orchid oasis flowers. I even got a bee in there from the first time. I remember we were going to enjoy those little bees on here. I think this is going to be making beautiful cards. I have already prepared our card bases using the new excuse me, the new in color Parakeet Party. And now you decide, as you are laying your pieces on the card, do you want to do them horizontally or vertically? I think I'm going to do the portrait design here with this one. And you'll see, if you'd like, you could stamp on a white piece of cardstock and then cut that out with a die or a punch and add that over your design. Today I think I may try to stamp my sentiment directly on to our cut pieces. I'm getting out the art gallery stamp set. It's lovely photopolymer with a lot of different sentiments for all occasions. And I want the one that says, thinking of you. Here it is right here. I'm going to put that on a small block. Actually, the best way to do this is to turn it upside down and then put your block over it. This is block G. And you can see then you don't get any twisting or anything like that. I'm going to use basic gray for the ink color. Very gently tap on here. You just have to very lightly. And then I always like to do a test stamp on my grid sheet. Yep, that's going to look just great. We'll re-ink that. And then I'm going to stamp that right on my card. Excuse me if I get my head in here. I just want to get it straight. And that looks lovely. All right, let's see. I have some that say happy birthday, I miss you. And I think we're just going to do all of these as thinking of you. And that way, you'll see this one we can do in the landscape orientation, and it looks really great. And it leaves us a nice spot here to put our stamped sentiment on here. And again, we will stamp our sentiment on here. Again, I think I'll just put the sentiment up here in the corner. And now we're on number 5. We will decide which orientation we like. I think I will stamp this one down in the bottom corner and see how that looks. I like that one. And our last one. Well, portrait, landscape. I think landscape for this one. Oh, that turned out great. I usually take a little bit of the ink off my stamp by pouncing it on the grid paper, and then I will clean that after we're done making this video. Close up your ink so that it doesn't get dry. Set that aside for later. Now, if you would like, I'm going to pull out the Count on Me stamp set. This has a variety of sentiments that would be helpful for thinking of you. I like this one that says, no matter what, I'm here for you. I've got your back. Through thick and thin, count on me. And we can make it through anything if we do it together. So there's a nice set of those. But before we get started on the insides, let's finish up the outside. And these will be very easily added to our card bases. Always make sure that your card base is opening on the right side. All right, I'm going to use Stampin' Seal for this. Oh, it doesn't want to work today. Maybe it's out. Nope, there it goes. It does get a little bit persnickety when the wheel gets almost out of adhesive. Just hang in there. Now I did have a little bit of Parakeet Party in my wreath. As you can, if you look here, you'll see that some of these leaves were stamped in Parakeet Party. Not too many of them. That's why I chose that color for my card bases. All right, our second one is going to be landscape. And we will add our Stampin' Seal. Make sure you have your piece of stamped cardstock, the correct orientation. Lay it gently. Make sure the sides are even. And then press down. So now you can see we've got 2 done. Our next one is portrait. If you wanted to take a little bit of extra time while you're making these, you could also make a mat that you could cut your cardstock into 3 3/4 by 5, the stamped one sheet wonder, and then you could make a mat around that in a contrasting color, perhaps the starry sky, and make that the 4 by 5 1/4 inch. But for today I wanted these to be quick and easy, so just make sure I have my card base in the right orientation. Put some stamping seal on here, and you'll see it's decided it's going to cooperate. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, but it looks like it is working today. Make sure this is the correct way. Lay it gently over your card base. Who wouldn't want to get a card like that? That would really cheer up anyone. All right, we will work on number 5. I have descriptions down in, I have lists down in the description box below that tells you the materials that I'm using for part 2, and it will also give you links to various things that you might like. The inspirational videos that I found and followed to create the one sheet wonder, and then France Martin had a video where she described how to make the mylar sheet overlays that you can use to decide how to cut your paper when you're done. And I also put the link in there for the place on Amazon where I got these mylar sheets. I think they were less than $10. So, and I think you get a dozen of them. I've got plenty more should the need arise. You'll also see in the description box my contact information and some factoids about Celebration, which is going on right now. The best place to get information on Celebration would be on my website. You'll see a link to my website there. You can download the PDFs of current catalogs. You can shop there. You can get free PDF downloads that feature instructions for these projects. Things like that. My email address in case you would like to contact me. All right, so we only got 4 of these little pieces. Maybe I might cut them down a little bit more. But what you would do is add them to the inside pieces that you would want. I'm just going to do a couple of them here so you can see. I like to decide which way is up and which way is down. Put that on there. Sorry about that. It's easier if you do it this way. All right. For me, because I'm right-handed, I find it easier to put them on this way so I can line up the edges of the basic white. But then once we decide what sentiment we want to stamp on there, I would use the basic gray for that and then add that to the inside of my card. And as you can see, that's really going to liven up the inside of that. So there you go. We are finished with that. If you have any questions, please contact me. I'm always happy to talk to you and help you through anything, answer your questions. See if we can get all of these cards in here. I'm hoping we can, so that you can see how that goes. Thank you for watching today. I hope you'll join me again for the next video. Bye-bye. of the other upcoming videos that you may see on this channel. I'm going to be posting a preview of the free Zoom class that I'll be having later this month, July 2022. You'll get everything you need. You'll get the cardstock pieces you need to complete the project if you register before the 15th of July. More details to follow. Again, we are having celebration right now during July and August of 2022. With a qualifying purchase, you can get free items from the celebration brochure, and you could even get extra prizes for hosting or placing an order of $150 or more in the U.S. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join me again next time. Bye-bye.